everyone, and welcome to the video. Today we are off the farm. We are in Dad's pickup here, and we are going to check out some tractor parts. We are going to an old international salvage yard, I guess is what this guy called his place or his business. So that already gives you a context clue what we're looking to do. We'll get there and we'll see if we can do any filming there and show you what kind of parts we end up coming home with. How excited are you for this project, Dad?
Well, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and you know, it's winter, and it's always good to keep busy with projects. It can only bring the value of things to be better. So yeah, I don't believe it's going to lose value when we do this.
Yeah, so leave your guesses down below in the comments what we're working on. Might give it away already with the title, we'll see. But anyways, we got another 10 minutes, and we'll see what we find out.
North Dakota Machine Shed, call that.
Country up here where we're at. I'll let you guys take guesses on that too, exactly where we are. I'm sure some of you have already recognized the landmark.
Some nice straight roads. 2 bales here. There's a lot of feed there. Some of it looks like it's been there a while. More feed than cattle.
Alright, so we made it here to Weber's Auto Salvage and Repair. Really nice guy that runs the place. He's a wealth of knowledge, that's for sure. We just spent the past half hour or so switching over our 1066 to an open station tractor just like this one. Maybe I should have filmed some of that, but it was nice to just pay attention and soak it all in because yeah, we learned a lot. He's got most of the parts here, which is great. So it'll be kind of a one-stop shop for almost everything. But we can go over that a little bit later. But as for Dad's tractor, things we'll for sure need are these battery holders and covers here for the trays. The fenders, obviously. The platform, it sounds like we can leave the platform from the cab if we want to. Grab handles on both sides here, and I think Dad, he wants to get this plate replaced here for the shifter. And then we were talking about places to find LED lights. After putting them on the Magnum, I'm all about them LED lights. But anyways, here's a tractor I wanted to highlight and show you. The owner of it, he was okay with me showing it to you guys. It's a beautiful 1066, and keep in mind he still uses this tractor on his farm. He's got a sizable farm. These tractors aren't just for show that he's got, he uses them. And for a tractor that's still getting used and is that old, it is sharp, that is for sure. He's got them all weighted down with fluid in the tires, and plenty of front weights too. We're gonna see if we can snag some from him. Him and Dad are finding some of his spare parts. So anyways, if you're looking to find some parts, I'd hit these guys up. Made it sound like he stays plenty busy, so no promises there, but we're gonna go see what kind of parts we can get off of him. And yeah, I just can't thank him enough for all the knowledge he has when it comes to these older tractors, these older internationals. Got one there he's in the middle of working on right now. He said the motor seized up on it, so he's going to swap that out. Right now they're upstairs finding some of those miscellaneous parts. Got one heck of a shop here. And some of our fenders that were taken, that we originally found this guy online, is because of these fenders right over here. So these are, I think, off a series older, but he's got U-bolts for them, and he's got the new braces for them too. So that's originally how we got here.
The cables are the same. We'll need to get these rubber covers for the battery, you know, the top.
Yeah, so they don't arc out.
Yeah, he said it gets too close apparently.
You excited? Feel like Christmas?
Well, a little bit, yeah. It's actually nice to have somebody that knows everything. This guy knows all the ins and outs of this stuff, so that we're not like driving all the way back here because we didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, until we get in the middle of this thing, we don't know.
Yeah,
he sounds like he's about as knowledgeable about this as anybody can be.
Yeah. Well, we'll be loading up parts. We'll check in once we're getting the heck out of here.
Well, you guys get loading. I'll see what I can find.
Texas. There is no good paint in Texas. Oh yeah. I buy a lot of stuff in Texas.
Because the humidity's low. You know, it's all outside.
All right, I wanted to take some time here to tell you about today's video sponsor. That is FJDynamics. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that I used their auto steer system last year on my new Magnum, and I was very, very pleased with it. I used it for tillage, for planting, a little bit of hay work during the summer, and then some aerating in the fall, and it really proved itself. And even today, playing around, moving between sheds, I'm using it. I set an auto steer line in between the main farmyard and the shed over here on the other side of the farm, and yeah, it's an adaptive curve line, and it's doing just fine, working exactly how it's supposed to. I love this system because we have this beautiful big screen, and I can adjust the brightness on it. More or less, so even in super bright conditions like today with sunlight bouncing off the snow, there's no glare. I can see it easy peasy. But then if I'm working at night, I can turn that brightness down, and I'm not blowing my eyeballs out and having trouble seeing what I'm doing. But this system is the AT2 Max specifically. They have a wide range of systems to cater to whatever your needs are. This system that I'm using is RTK capable, and that really shined through when I was planting this year and then having to harvest in the fall following those rows. Man, that was nice. I had a lot of new ground this year, and it made me look like I knew what I was doing out there and like I had farmed that ground before. It definitely was a huge step up compared to just using the planter markers. I also want to let you know this system works for a wide range of equipment. It works on the brand new stuff. It's ISO bus compatible, so it's a plug-and-play system essentially. But it also works on some of the older equipment like my Magnum, some of the more retro stuff. And I achieved that auto steer readiness by buying a kit with a mechanically driven steering wheel here that bolted on really nice and easy. I got a globe on the roof. I got the nice screen where the brains of the operation. We got a wheel angle sensor and a bunch of harnessing in between. I also added these nice switches for ease of engaging or disengaging. But the system would also fit on equipment older than the Magnum, like that 1066 that we're buying parts for. Leave some comments down below if you'd want to see an auto steer system on that old girl. Man, that'd be sweet. That'd be cool. Talk about a mix of modern and retro all in one package. So moral of the story, I've been in love with the AT2 Max. It's been a very crucial part of my row crop farming operation. It's allowed me to be more efficient with every single pass through the field, which is becoming more and more important when it comes to inputs being very high and commodity prices being very low. We gotta make every single pass count, and FJDynamics is helping with that, and they're a great option when it comes to adding auto steer to any of the equipment on your farm. So I'd recommend checking them out. I'll have their information down below in the description. Reach out to the sales rep. Let them know I sent you, and let them know that you'd want to try out one of the systems. Can't recommend them enough. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
knows more about these than him? No. Holy crap, he's there.
So you happy with your purchases?
Yeah, he seems to have everything that we thought we needed, and even what we didn't know we needed. He had it all. I mean, he knows every avenue of it.
The only things that we really need yet are roll bar, lights if we wanna, platform if we wanna.
Yeah, he kind of talked the platform we should.
Oh, and then we'll probably redo the brakes on that tractor too.
Well,
so.
Brakes we should do just because they're getting bad, but.
Yeah, so when you were talking to him, I called Downing, our friend Ross at Downing. Roll bar they'd have to order, and then brakes they're on hand, but we don't, maybe the seal's out in there, so it might be worth pulling them apart first. And then lights we get on Amazon or wherever, and platform we'll have to see what we want to do. So anyways, we can't get anything from Downing today unless you really want to get those brakes, but
I think it can wait at the moment, yeah.
Because we're not too far from Downing. We're probably maybe 20 minutes.
I think so. We got a good start.
Yeah. And we're all ears when it comes to this. Obviously, we haven't done this before, so you guys leave plenty of comments down below if you have, and things to do or avoid doing. But I think it's going to be pretty straightforward compared to some of the stuff we've had to work on. So
I think what we're going to do is try to get all that stuff put together, and then we'll be looking at paint.
Yeah.
Some of it, or all of it.
Yeah, so if you got any recommendations on paint, or if any of you local guys know of anyone, shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram and leave it in the comments of who you recommend when it comes to paint. We don't need a showroom paint job, but it would be nice to get this thing painted up once it's all set and done and working for us.
It will be getting used.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of a drive home here now, but that was a lot of fun. Huge shout out to them guys. He definitely knows his stuff when it comes to old international tractors. It seems like he kind of stopped buying them and using them once they got past the 90s. It seems like everything 90s and older he's gotten knows like the back of his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, we'll maybe check in one more time before we end the video, but anyways, let's get home, huh? All right, we made it back home. It's been a couple days later now, but I was moving some equipment around in the sheds here, and I thought I'd take a minute to kind of wrap things up and let you know where we're headed with the 1066 project. So Dad and I were talking. I believe he's got a roll bar coming from Downing. Shout out to Ross again for getting us that info. Also, we got some brake parts coming, and I don't know how well I showed it, but I think this is going to be a pretty simple cab removal. There's not too many bolts holding this thing on. And then when it comes to wiring and stuff in the cab, this does have the HVAC system up top, but I think Dad disconnected all that long ago, cut some hoses off for the coolant or Freon. So I don't think there's going to be too much in our way up there. I'm sure there's some ground wires or something snaking down to the batteries or the frame. I think it should be a pretty simple build. I am noticing things that would be nice to address is we probably have a exhaust leak or something, being the paints coming off there. And then I think we did have a fuel leak in the fall. Make sure that's okay. And then the brakes, like I was talking. But all in all, it's a really sound tractor, and that's why we're embarking on this project. It'd be nice to make what we have even more usable. You know, any of you in the farming industry, or even if you're not, being a consumer nowadays, everything's gotten a lot more expensive. So if a guy can make what he has nicer and more usable instead of trying to go out and buy something new, this is still a way cheaper and better route, in our opinion, compared to if we had to go out and buy a newer tractor to replace this one. And it'll be nice to show the Red Army some love, I guess is a good way to put it. We still got to get on Mason about finishing his M project here. I'm definitely not going to take that away from him. So like I've been saying, leave some comments down below if you have any recommendations when it comes to this project. We'll slowly be getting into it this winter here and showing the 1066 some love. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming along. We appreciate all the support. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all next time.